Hi everyone, Cosmic Mango here, your favorite mango from outer space. The world of Commander is massive. If you're new, it can feel rather overwhelming. You may feel lost within an ocean of cards and possibilities. I'm here today to hopefully make this process a little easier. I've created a list for this video of 5 fantastic commanders for new players to the format. If you like the look of one of these commanders, then feel free to build around them. They are all powerful and of course enjoyable to play. Perhaps even veteran players will find a cool card or commander to pick up from this video. Before we do take a look at these commanders, please don't forget to like, subscribe and hit that notification bell for more awesome commander videos. It really is greatly appreciated. Okie dokie, so without further ado, sit back, relax and enjoy the show. Let's check out these commanders. Number 1. Ghoulcaller Gisa, a legendary creature human wizard that costs 2 black and 3 generic mana to cast. She has 3 power and 4 toughness and says the following. For 1 black mana and tap, sacrifice another creature. Create X 2/2 black zombie creature tokens where X is the sacrificed creature's power. Okay, so we're starting to lift off strong with a real gem of a commander here. Ghoulcaller Gisa is superb. For starters, she is a mono-coloured commander, meaning you can easily access the lands required to pilot her optimally. You don't need to invest into those fancy, expensive multi-coloured lands. This one alone makes mono-coloured decks superb for new players. She's also a zombie-themed commander, and this is a huge perk since Magic the Gathering gives a lot of love towards a zombie tribe, and is always bringing out new and exciting cards for this flesh-eating tribe that we have. Giza is a simple and straightforward commander to pick up and brew around. Her ability is easy to understand and execute. The strategy revolves around sacrificing big creatures to make an army of zombies. This can be really fun to do and of course stand as a strong strategy. Add some zombie anthem buffs into the deck and your zombies become mighty warriors. Zombies are well supported in Magic the Gathering, giving new players access to many budget friendly cards, so you don't need to break the bank to build this commander. There are loads of great zombies out there that have been printed in the past that you can pick up on a budget. Even if Giza is removed, the zombie tokens she creates stick around, providing board presence. However, a board wipe can really hinder our plans here, so hopefully we can dodge some of those. This commander is brilliant at teaching some key mechanics for new players, such as sacrifice synergies, tribal synergy, board presence, and of course value generation. Here are some great cards that you can combine with this commander to get an idea on how you could possibly build her. Lord of the Accursed, a zombie creature spell that says the following. Other zombies you control get +1/+1 for 1 generic mana and 1 black mana and tap. All zombies gain menace until end of turn. So this is a fantastic addition for any zombie tribal deck. It's cheap to purchase, low to cast, and offers a brilliant anthem buff to our zombie tribe. Plus, we can activate this ability to give all our zombies menace, which is wicked for attacking. It's a solid card. Another great card is Grey Merchant of Asphodel, a zombie creature spell that says the following. When this creature enters, each opponent loses X life, where X is your devotion to black. You gain life equal to the life lost this way. Each black in the mana cost of permanents you control count towards your devotion to black. So this is an amazing card, and I really recommend picking one up if you don't own a copy. It's incredibly powerful in mono black decks and can act as a win condition for us. We can drain so much life with this from our opponents, lowering their life while increasing ours. It's very good. Overall, Ghoulcaller Gisa is easy to pilot, budget friendly, and teaches some great core mechanics, making her ideal starter commander for new players who enjoy an aggro or aristocrat playstyle. You can buy this commander for around $2.80. Number 2. Rukxa, Patient Professor, a legendary creature bear druid that costs 2 green and 2 generic mana to cast. He has 4 power and 4 toughness and says the following. Whenever Rukxa enters or attacks, return target creature card with no abilities from your graveyard to your hand. Creatures you control with no abilities get +1/+1. For each creature you control with no abilities, you may have that creature assign its combat damage as though it weren't blocked. This is such a quirky commander, and I'm loving the bear teacher design. I think it's very cool. Also, it is mono-colored, so yes, way more budget friendly to build. Ruxa's ability focus on vanilla creatures with no abilities, making it perfect for beginners who don't want to track complex keywords or interactions. Plus, vanilla creatures are very cheap to buy. Well, they're usually cheap. No need for expensive staples in the deck, just efficient creatures and basic support cards. Rukxa has some sweet abilities that keep our deck popping, and interesting to play as well. He can help us bring back creatures from our graveyard to our hand, and he buffs up all our vanilla creatures by +1/+1, which is very nice. Lastly, we can utilize him alongside our vanilla creatures to assign their combat damage as though they weren't blocked. This is a crazy strong ability and can really help us close out games. Unlike combo decks, Rukxa doesn't rely on fragile win conditions. We just want to be turning creatures sideways, fun, old school magic. If you do want to run Rukxa as a commander, I recommend playing as many efficient vanilla beaters that you can get your hands on. Creatures with no abilities, low casting costs, and high power or toughness are perfect. Stuff like Leatherback Baloth will go a very long way within this commander deck. Overall, Rukxa teaches that simplicity is sometimes best, and you do not need to have the best creatures in the game to win games. Old school vanilla cards are making a comeback, baby, and this commander is fantastic. You can buy this commander for around $5. Number 3. Valduk, Keeper of the Flame. A legendary creature, human shaman that costs 1 red and 2 generic mana to cast. He has 3 power and 2 toughness and says the following. At the beginning of combat on your turn, for each aura and equipment attached to Valduk, create a free 1 red elemental creature token with trample and haste. Exile those tokens at the beginning of the next end step. Another mono-colored all-star. Valduk is a very cool commander. He is a Voltron themed commander that allows you to also go wide with token creatures. For those who may not know, a Voltron commander is a deck archetype with the goal of casting one creature, then using other cards such as auras and equipments to enhance that creature and making it a true threat for opponents. If you can deal 21 damage over the game with that commander to a player, they lose on the spot, no matter how much life they may have. Valduk will grow in power as we buff him up with auras and equipments, so he is a constant Voltron threat on the board. The more auras and equipments he has, the more free 1 elemental creature tokens we will create to do our bidding. We can use them to really turn up the heat and push that aggressiveness onto our opponents. Those tokens have trample and haste, which can really go a long way. It's just a shame that we lose them at the end of the turn. They go to exile. But hey, that doesn't matter too much. Unlike slow value decks, Valduk threatens lethal damage quickly, making games dynamic and exciting. Here are some great cards to combine with this commander. Bonesaw, an artifact equipment spell that costs 0 mana to cast and says the following. Equipped creature gets +1/+0. Equip for 1 generic mana. So this may look rather lame, but it is amazing for Valduk, especially if you get it out early game. It's 0 mana to cast, which is fantastic, and we can equip it for just 1 generic mana, so we can quickly start building elementals and begin applying pressure. Great card. Another good card is Impact Tremors, an enchantment spell that costs 1 red and 1 generic mana to cast. It says the following. Whenever a creature you control enters, this enchantment deals 1 damage to each opponent. I speak about this card a lot on my channel. I absolutely adore it. It's won me a lot of games in the past. It's a heavy hitter, definitely worth picking up if you haven't got a copy. Okay, so this is amazing when combined with a commander like Valduk, who's aiming to bring out loads of creatures on a turn with those tokens. You can quickly see how well these cards synergize together, Valduk and of course Impact Tremors. You'll be dealing so much damage rapidly with this card by your side as those tokens enter, thanks to the auras and equipments that you have attached to your commander. Overall, Valduk is simple yet hyper aggressive, offering a fun and powerful playstyle that many new players and veterans can enjoy. You can buy this commander for around 35 cents, making it super cheap to pick up. Number 4. Edric, Spymaster of Trest. A legendary creature elf rogue that costs 1 blue, 1 green and 1 generic mana to cast. He has 2 power and 2 toughness and says the following. Whenever a creature deals combat damage to one of your opponents, its controller may draw a card. So, one of my first few commander decks was actually an Edric deck. I think it was like the 3rd deck I ever built. It was an absolute blast to play and was actually quite powerful. I focus on adding as many low to cast evasive creatures that I could get my hands on. Low to cast creatures with flying and unblockable are superb with Edric. We use him to deal easy damage and in return draw a massive amount of cards. This can help us draw into game winning pieces, large threats, combos, or whatever you may be looking for. A simple yet effective strategy, and as always, card draw is always going to be one of the best mechanics in the game, so Edric is just always going to be good. Combine him with a bunch of evasive creatures and you're going to have a good time. The quirky and cool thing that Edric does is also allows opponents to draw cards should they attack one of our opponents instead of us. This is actually brilliant and can act as a great defense tactic for us. Players can't resist free card draw and will often attack someone else instead of us to get those cards. Trust me, if they can get free cards, your opponents likely will. Edric can be extremely budget friendly. The deck thrives on a bunch of 1 to 2 mana evasive creatures, many of which are cheap to buy, such as Ghoulcaller, which is an all-star in this deck, and Spire Owl. Overall, Edric can be a real powerhouse and has the capability to win games very fast. He teaches you a great mix of control and aggressiveness, which is great. Fantastic for a Simid commander, good for your first pickup. You can buy this commander for around 80 cents. Number 5, the final commander on my list today. Lathril, Blade of the Elves. A legendary creature elf noble that costs 1 green, 1 black and 2 generic mana to cast. She has 2 power and 3 toughness and says the following. Menace. Whenever Lathril, Blade of the Elves deals combat damage to a player, create that many 1/1 green elf warrior creature tokens. Tap and tap untap elves you control. Each opponent loses 10 life and you gain 10 life. Okay, so Lafil isn't just fun to play, she's a dominant force in Elf Tribal. Arguably one of the strongest, if not the strongest, Elf Tribal commander out there right now. She's an absolute powerhouse, capable of overwhelming the board with relentless value. Once she's on the board with the right support, she becomes nearly unstoppable, blending life drain, token generation and explosive combat damage into one devastating strategy. She offers massive life drain. By tapping 10 elves, Lafil drains each opponent for 10 life per turn, turning your board presence into a ticking clock. You can also build an elven army. Every time she deals combat damage, she floods the battlefield with elf tokens, fueling both her drain ability and overwhelming attacks should you choose to go the attack route. So this means that you can go the combat route and just keep attacking with your elves, buff them up, get some nice anthem effects in there, and you can have a real dominant deck. Her kit offers a flexible playstyle. Do you want to go wide? She floods the board of elves. Prefer Voltron? Pump her up, power her up, smash face, and spawn an army of elves anyway. Want to sit back and drain life? Do that as well. So much versatility on this elven queen. Here is a must-play card within a Lathril deck. Beast Whisperer, an elf druid that says the following. Whenever you cast a creature spell, draw a card. So not only is this an elf, which is brilliant since we're running Elf Tribal with Lathril, Beast Whisperer also offers outstanding card draw, making it a formidable force within a heavy creature-focused deck. Overall, whether you're draining the table, overrunning opponents with elves, or even suiting her up with auras and equipments for a lethal Voltron damage commander, Lathril delivers raw power, versatility, and pure elf tribal dominance. You can buy this commander for around 50 cents, or if you wanted, you could buy a ready-to-go complete deck that's already created, it's known as a precon deck, with her as the commander for around $130, if you wish of course. Okie dokie, we've arrived to the end of the video. In conclusion, I hope that today I've shown you a cool commander for you to pick up and play. What do you all think of the commands I've listed? Have any of you played these commands before? Do you have any recommendations for commanders for new players? If so, let me know in the comment section below. I love reading your comments and always try my best to answer them all. I hope that you enjoyed the video. If you did, check out the 2 other videos that should have popped up on the screen. Please could you drop a like, comment and subscribe to the channel, and don't forget to hit that notification bell to keep updated for more of my future commander content. It honestly is greatly appreciated. Thanks for watching everyone, and as always, take care and goodbye.